Welcome student. Let's start with the chapter banking. Banking is a very small chapter in class 10 and it is very scoring because it is very easy to solve the problems of the chapter banking. It comes about 3 or 4 marks in your exams. So there are only 2 formulas that we have to mark up. Apart from 2 formulas, there are no more formulas to solve the numericals under banking chapter. So first formula is interest and next formula is maturity value. For interest, the formula is P into n plus 1 into r%, that is divided by 12 into 2. P denotes principal, n denotes number of months in a year, r denotes rate of interest, and maturity value is calculated as Pn plus I, where Pn is P into n and I is interest as mentioned above. Now let's come to the problems. So problem number 1, it is showing Shweta deposit rupees 350 per month in a recurring deposit account for 1 year at the rate of 8% per annum. Find the amount she will receive at the time of maturity. So here we have to calculate maturity value. So before calculating maturity value, first of all we have to calculate the interest, because without interest we cannot find the maturity value. So principal is rupees 350 according to the question, rate is 8% according to the question, and there is 1 year. It means there will be 12 months in a year. So we will be taking n equals to 12. So here we have taken in according to the formula 350, that is your principal, 12 is your n, 12 plus 1 13 divided by 2, which is equals to 350 into 78, that comes to 27300. Now after that we will calculate it with interest, that is 27300 into 8% divided by 12, which comes to 182. So interest is 182. For calculating amount of maturity, we are going to take NP. NP means P is rupees 350, N is 12, so it is equals to 4200. 4200 plus 182 equals to 4382. So finally my maturity value is rupees 4382. Now let's come to second sum. In second sum it is saying Salam deposited rupees 150 per month in a bank for 8 months under the recurring deposit scheme. What will be the maturity value of the deposit if the rate of interest is 8%? So here you can see principal is rupees 50, rate of interest is 8%, and n is directly given as 8 months. So first we will calculate interest, then we will calculate maturity value. So for interest, first of all we have calculated NP, that is P is 150 into 8 into 8 plus 1 divided by 2, that is equals to 5400. Now we will multiply this with the rate of interest, that is 8%, and divided by 12, which comes to rupees 36. Now we will calculate maturity value, NP plus I. NP is 150 into 8 plus 36, that is 150 into 8 is 1200 plus 36, which comes to your 1236, that is 1236 will be the maturity value. So I have done in this form separately. I have calculated rate of interest and the other thing, but it is not important that you will calculate it separately. If it is easy for you, so kindly do one thing, that with this sum only, with this thing only, you write that rate part, so that it will save your time and you don't have to do the calculation separately. So you can write here also 12 and rate 8%. Okay, so directly you will get rupees 36 from here only, if you are planning to calculate it collectively and not separately. So it's up to you that how you are going to calculate. If it is easy for you, you can calculate it separately. If it is difficult for you, time consuming, if you are feeling, then you can solve it collectively. Okay, now let's come to sum number 3. Mr. Goswami deposit rupees 1000 every month in a recurring deposit account for 3 years at 8% interest per annum, find the maturity value. Same sum like sum number 1 and 2. It is a yearly sum that is came in 2009. So principal is 1000, time period 3 years. It means that how many months? 3 12 the 36 months. Rate of interest is 8%. Now you can see, first we will calculate interest, that is 36 into 37 into 1000, that is principal. Look, like this I was telling. In this way you're not going to do separately, you do all the sums collectively, so it will save your time. So 36 and 37 is n plus 1, 1000 is principal, it is rate of interest 8%, 12 to the 24. So we get interest at 4,440. For maturity value we are going to do Pn plus Si, that is P into 1000 into 36, that is 36,000 plus 440, which comes to 40,440. This is the maturity value. And be careful, you have to write rupees in each and every answer, in each and every value, apart from the rate of interest and number of months, because without rupees you will not get the marks. Okay, now let's come to sum number 4. Kiran deposited rupees 200 per month for 36 months in the bank's recurring deposit account. If the bank pays interest at the rate of 11% per annum, find the amount she gets in maturity value. Same as question number 1 to 3. Principal is rupees 200, time period is 36 months, is given directly, rate of interest is 11%. Now interest we will find with this formula, you can see here. So 200 is principal, n is 36, n plus 1 37, then rate of interest is 11% and below 2 into 12. So we are getting interest as 1221. Now for maturity value we are going to add up the interest with NP. NP is you can see here, I'm showing it for you. NP is 200 into 36. N is 36. Into 200. That is 7200. You can see here 7200 plus 1221, which comes to 8421. This is your maturity value. Okay, so it is easy to calculate. Now come to question number 5. Hanif has a cumulative bank account and deposit rupees 600 per month for a period of 4 years. 4 years, it means number of months will be 48. 4 into 12. If he gets rupees 580 as interest at the time of maturity, find the rate of interest. Now this is little different. Here you will see that interest is given and we have to find rate of interest only. So in interest formula we will put this thing, that is deposit for 1 month. This is the formula. Okay, after putting the principal 600, n is 48, n plus 1 49, by 2 we are getting 705600. Now we will put this formula which we have discussed earlier into r% by 12, and this we will equate with 580. So after equating this equation with 580, we are getting rate as 10% per annum. Again I am telling you that no need to do it separately. If you want, you can do all the solutions together, that is directly you can put here r% by 12, so you will get the sum answer directly also, and the calculation will be less. Okay, now let's come to question number 6. David opened a recurring deposit account in a bank and deposited rupees 300 month for 2 years. 2 years, it means 24 months. If he received rupees 7725 at the time of maturity, find the rate of interest. Now in the previous sum interest was given. In this sum, maturity value is given. So we will put the value of maturity, and from there we will calculate rate of interest. So first we will calculate interest, that is I equals to P into n plus 1. So P is 300, n is 24, n plus 1 25 by 2. It will come to 90,000. With rate percent we are getting it as 300 into 24. This is maturity value formula, NP plus R, NP plus I. So 300 into 24 plus 75R, this one 75R. This is your interest. So this full equation we will equate with maturity value which is given in the question, that is 7,725. 7,200 will go there and will be subtracted from 7,725. It will comes to 525. Then R equals to 525 by 7 by 75, which comes to 7% per annum. It is very easy. You can see all the values are given, all the data are given. Just you have to put the data in the required places, proper places, and then you will get the answer very easily. Okay. Now come to question number 7. Mr. Gupta opened a recurring deposit account in a bank. He deposited rupees 2,500 per month for 2 years, that is 24 months. At the time of maturity, he got 6,7,500 rupees, 67500. That is 67,500. Find the total interest earned by Mr. Gupta and rate of interest too. So first of all, we will apply the same formula like we have applied in question number 6, that we will calculate interest first. So for interest, same formula we are going to do here, that is P is principal 2,500, N 24, N plus 1 25 by 2, which comes to 7,50,000. Now interest is already given, that is no, interest is not given, right? Maturity value is given. So what we will do, okay, do one thing. Simply we will write interest equals to $7,500R. As simple as that. 7,50,000 into R, which is unknown, by 12 into 100. Okay, so let's cut it first. Okay, we can solve it directly also. We are getting 625. So basically I is equals to 625R. Okay, so what is maturity value? Maturity value is equals to, okay, maturity value is equals to 6,7,500 okay, equals to NP P is 24 and N is 24, P is 2500, so we are getting 60,000. Plus 625 R. So after subtracting 67500 minus 60,000, we are getting 7500. So R is equals to 7500 by 625. So basically it will comes to 12%. Obviously 120% is not possible, so R is 12%. So here you can see 12% we are getting as rate of interest. Part 2 has come first, so put this value 12% where in this value here. So from here we will get the interest amount also, that is equals to 7500. Okay, now let's come to next sum. Question number 8. Okay, here Shahrukh opened a recurring deposit account in a bank and deposited rupees 800 per month for 1.5 years. So it will be 1 year, 12 months, half year, 6 months, 18 months will be there. If he received if he received rupees 15084 at the time of maturity, find the rate of interest per annum. So again, number of months is 18 months that we have already calculated. Interest is in this form we will write. Now you can see principal is 800 and is 18 and plus 1 18 plus 1 by 2 into 12 into R%. So basically interest is 1 month 4 hour, 1014 hour. So this is the method which we had we did in the previous sum, that is question number 7. Same process we are going to do in this sum also. So maturity amount is interest plus NP. Interest is 114 hour and NP is 800 into 18, that is equals to 14,400. So from maturity value we will subtract this interest value, that is 14,400. We will get 114 R equals to 684, that is equals to R equals to 684 by 114, that is 6% directly. So directly we are getting 6%. Okay, so basically question number 7 and 8 both are same, just we did the sum in different way, because in question number 7 first they have asked the interest and then they asked the rate of interest. That is why we did in some other way, but it is not compulsory. You can calculate interest first and then you can calculate, it is not, obviously it is given that first calculate interest then calculate rate of interest, but it is not compulsory that you have to do the same. If it is easy for you, then you can calculate rate of interest first, and from that value of rate of interest you can calculate interest. Okay, so question number 7 and 8 both are same, exactly same, just the difference is the pattern of asking the question was little much different. Okay, next then come to question number 9. In question number 9 you can see Mohan has recurring deposit account for 2 years, that is 24 months. Rate of interest is 6% and 1200 rupees 1200 as the interest. Now calculate monthly installment and amount of maturity. This is 2016 sum. It is also very easy. Just apply the formula of interest here, P into N plus 1 by 24 into R%. Here you can see interest value we put 1200, P is missing, N is 24 and plus 1 25 by 24 into 6%. 24 cancel, and after calculating this we are getting principal as rupees 800. Okay, don't forget to write rupees. Now here principal is rupees 800. Now for majority value, same formula we are going to do, that is Pn plus interest. Pn is 800 into 24, that is 19,200, and 19,200 plus 1,200, which is equals to 2,400. So basically majority value is rupees 2,400. So in each and every sum we are getting, sometime we have to find majority value, sometime we have to find principal, sometime we have to find rate of interest. Now the sum will come when we are going to find number of months or year basically. Okay, but the method is same, formula is same. I am not putting any other formula apart from formula of interest and maturity value. So if you remember these two formula, then it will be very easy for you to understand this chapter. Okay, now come to question number 11. Okay, Samita has a recurring deposit account in a bank of rupees 2,000 per month at the rate of 10% per annum. If she gets rupees 83,100, that is 83,100 at the time of maturity, find the total time. Now this sum is little much lengthy because calculating time, that is number of months or year, is not easy in this sum. So let's start with the starting point, that is first calculate the interest. Interest equals to principal 1000 and n plus 1 into 10% divided by 12 into 2. So we are getting interest as 100 and n plus 1 by 12. Then for maturity value, Pn plus interest, that is 2000 n plus 100 and n plus 1 by 12. Now we are substituting this value with the maturity value, that is 83100. Now you can see we are going to solve it in a quadratic way. 12 into 2000, 24,000 n plus 100 n square plus 100 n equals to 83,100 into 12. So we are getting this equation, n square plus 241 n minus 9,972. Okay, this is very easy. This middle term question you can either solve with the help of factorization, with the help of middle term, or with the help of Sridharacharya, if you have some knowledge about it. Otherwise middle term is a very easy step to calculate this. I know data is very large, so it is not possible for you to calculate it directly, but it is not tough also if you know Sridharacharya formula. Sridharacharya formula you will learn in the upcoming chapters, that is quadratic equation. That is also in class 10 only, and it is a very important chapter because in that chapter you are going to calculate different values of x in different possible way. So two data what we have chosen is 277 and 36, that is if we multiply this both thing we will get 9,972, and if we will subtract this both data we are going to get the value 241. So after taking common we are getting n plus 277 and n minus 36. So n is equals to minus 277 and 1 is 36. So obviously we are not going to take minus 277 because number of months can never be in a negative term, and obviously it is very huge data. Number of months cannot be in this way also, but it is possible huge data can be there, but negative data cannot be there for number of months. So basically 36 will be the appropriate value for number of months. So for 36 months we are getting 3 years is our answer. Okay, so this is little lengthy because you should have a knowledge of middle term, otherwise you will not be able to solve for n. Okay, so I think I have understood the chapter. It is very easy, very scoring, very small chapter, and you can able to score well if you will understand this chapter, because there is only two formulas which we have to learn. Apart from those two formulas, you can see it clearly. I haven't applied any other formula.